Things are moving really fast at Milan. Let me tell you that. Well, Furlani said last week that this week is going to be the announcements week. So on Monday, they announced the new sport director. Yesterday, nothing really happened. And today, they say that Milan, it is very close to sign the new head coach, Massimiliano Allegri. Massimiliano Allegri, mamma mia, ma che cazzo sta succedendo? What the hell is going on at Milan? Now, the original idea for me tonight, it was to do a video about reacting, commenting, and analyzing the first interview to our new sport director. We already talked a lot about Igli Tare, we already talked a lot about what's going on before, but I wanted to see the whole 8 minutes of interview to Tare. I want to read some of the things that he said, and play some comments as usually we do on this channel. What is the perspective, what's the idea, why he said that instead of that. Also, there are interesting things that I want to talk to about the announcement itself, certain things that Furlani mentioned that are pretty scary, let me tell you that. However, change of topic, I will do this video tomorrow when I have a little bit more time. Finish really late to work tonight. I came back at home like at 10 p.m. man. From this morning at 7:30. Anyway, another life, man. Anyway, we have to grind, man. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't pay yet. I mean, that does pay, but I can buy dinner maybe once a month with that. But anyway, let's talk about Massimiliano Allegri, guys. That it apparently is coming. Well, when Di Marzio and Romano talks about that Milan is close to sign Massimiliano Allegri, it seems like, okay, even Moretto, that usually for Milan, it is pretty close to the source, so when he says something, it might happen. And apparently Milan in the afternoon offered something to, where is it? Offered a 3 million contract, but Allegri was asking 4.5. But on the other hand, he was very interested, of course, to get the spot at Napoli. With De Laurentiis, probably they already had a deal in case Conte wanted to leave. Let's be very fair that in Italy right now, all the big teams, Inter aside, they are changing coach. So there is a real mercato for the coach. The Roma, Atalanta, apparently Gasperini is leaving Atalanta after 9 years. Come si chiama? Palladino after a year at Fiorentina is leaving. Actually, Italiano is gonna stay at Bologna. He just renewed today for 3 million a year. Juve, clearly, after a year with Thiago Motta and then Tudor, they're gonna change it again. Who they're gonna get? They hope to get Conte, but if Conte leaves, De Laurentiis and Napoli wants Allegri. So Allegri is a little bit in the middle, and this coach, especially the manager, they know how to they know how to deal with the media, with the management of the team. So you need to do, let's say, you need to put a smile a little bit to everyone. You need to place your most beautiful shirt, a little bit of perfume, and walk around the room. Let's see who's gonna call you up and who's actually gonna do a little bit of offer. So this offer that we read today from Di Marzio and apparently this offer of Milan reported by Di Marzio and Allegri, could it be all a strategy to put a little bit pressure over Conte to move out from Napoli? Could it be pressure over other teams that right now clearly Milan is not a top team. Milan is not at the moment a top priority for the coach. Nobody is running with open arms to come to play, to come to coach in this mess called AC Milan. It's we will see. This is a rumors really in the last of this evening. I saw the rumor coming out at 8:30. What is your opinion, guys? Let me know, because Allegri, it is a very controversial coach, without any doubt. Okay, it is a very controversial coach. He's not a coach that plays good football. Allegri, as a Milan fan, The biggest blame that I have for Allegri is that he sold, or at least he let leave Pirlo to go to Juventus and then to win even more Scudettis, because Pirlo at the time was not the right playmaker that Allegri was looking for. So Andrea still fell in his prime and he started looking for another team. Eventually Juve got him and they won Scudetto, reaching final of Champions League and so on. So that's the biggest blame that I have over Allegri. Of course, I'm glad that we got him back in 2010, 2011 when we won a Scudetto. But in that team, I remember that there was players like Ibrahimovic, there was Pippo Inzaghi, there was Pato, there was Robinho, there was Clarence Seedorf, there was Pirlo, there was Thiago Silva, there was Nesta. I mean, it was a hell of a team. So even with Juventus, he actually won Scudettis, but because he got a certain level of team. If I remember well, he went to the final of Champions League with the Juve, with Marchisio, Pogba, Vidal, Pirlo, with the Higuain, with the Mandzukic. So he didn't win Champions League simply because on the other side there was one of the best Barcelona in the football of history, and the other time they were one of the best Real Madrid of football history. So yeah, he didn't win because he faced really team that can beat the ass of every other team maybe in the football history. Just few teams maybe they can handle that prime Madrid and that prime Barcelona. So fair enough. So it is a coach that, in my opinion, with great team as he had back in 2011 and in Juventus, clearly can do a lot. It is becoming a little bit more challenging when, for example, has a team that doesn't have prime players, as it could be Milan. Okay, as it could be Milan. Now. Personal opinion over Allegri. I'm not really here to make a video about how's his game style, how he will play, how if I like him as a coach, if I don't like him. I think sometimes you need to understand also the historical moment that Milan is living right now, is passing right now. Milan is not playing beautiful football. Let's start from here, because the first thing that people are gonna say is Allegri doesn't play good football. Correct, and I agree with you. Let me ask you a following question: is does Milan play good football now? Did Milan play good football in this season? Did Milan play good football in the year before? Maybe with Pioli there was some moment that Milan was confident, but overall we are not a beautiful team to watch. So don't tell me that the style of gaming, it is horrible. Because Allegri on this, it doesn't maybe win beautiful match, but he wins it. He wins the 1-0, the cortomuso, maybe there are historical moments, guys, where if you are really on top, let me give you this example. Let's say Inter wins the Champions League on Saturday, okay? The gossip around Simone Inzaghi, Al Hilal, whoever it is, they want to buy him. Simone Inzaghi leaves. Inter on top of Europe. That is the moment that, in my opinion, you can try to get maybe a coach that has a little bit more of better style of playing. Okay, I don't want to make any names, but for the Italiano, the Italiano, the Sarri, somebody that, yeah, you're already on top of Europe. So what you can try to do, you can try to now to enjoy the football and try to get a system behind that. Not necessarily you have to have all the teams all the time on the top level with a perfect physical condition, but you can have let's say a well-prepared system of football that with the coach that could be a challenge, could be a bet. For example, the Italiano could be the what Sacchi already won. I don't know, just making the Palladino. But it could somehow work. Milan in this moment, in this historical moment, maybe doesn't need to do any more experiment. Maybe Milan with the situation of playing one match in a week, maybe we just need the victory of Milan on Sunday. Maybe we don't need to play beautiful football. We just need a dry result. We just need the 3 points. And at the end of the day, as I said on my previous video, the base of this Milan team, it's still in the right hand, a team that can compete into the top 4 of Italy in the right hand. If you start losing another season with an experiment, let's call it experiment, with a bet as a coach that doesn't have, maybe he cannot handle the weight of San Siro, because that's another thing, guys, the weight of San Siro. Because if you play a Italiano, a Palladino, another coach that doesn't really know what does it mean play with a heavy jersey at Juventus, at Milan, you risk that he start to having some, you're going to have another Fonseca dos, that's sometimes good, sometimes bad. And in my opinion, in this historical moment of the year, maybe Allegri could be somebody that fixed the defense. That's in my opinion what I saw from the previous year. Allegri, it is somebody that maybe is gonna try to work a little bit more on defensive and try to fix our defense, because we saw that on countering attacking, somehow we always find a solution. Is there really a good thing? We will see, guys. We will see. I think the historical moments, sometimes it is important to understand where you are. Okay, that's why a lot of fans were upset, for example, with the New Jersey. The New Jersey logo aside, New Jersey, it is beautiful. I saw them playing the last match against Bologna. It's perfectly fit over the colors, the match, the lines. They are beautiful. There is a beautiful jersey. The thing is the logo, okay? That at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, because they're not changing the logo, but they're changing the colors. But because of the historical moment that Milan right now is living, that they are removing all our tradition, all our Maldini, all our Tonali, all our all the things that we always talk. Maybe it's not the moment to change the colors of our freaking logo. Leave it just like that, because the only thing we got, it is the colors and the jersey. Not even that, at least we got la maglia. Only the jersey. But if you change even that, you're really annoying the fans. Very much. So I think sometimes what I think about this club, this management, is that they don't have experience. So they have ideas. Maybe they have I can imagine them like in a big room with Notion open, with a big whiteboard, and explaining things around, blah blah blah. Maybe we can do this, maybe we can do that. But they don't have anybody on the other side of the table with experience, with knowledge of the fans and the history of the club, saying, maybe guys, maybe changing the color of the badge is not the right time right now. Maybe now that we are 9th and we play in one match of the season, maybe it's not the right time to try to play good football. Let's try to bring home the 3 points. So at least, yes, they will complain about the badge, but at least we bring home the 3 points, and at least we come back to Champions League next year. Could be let me know, guys, what do you think? Could it be a different way to see this situation? I don't know, guys. Tomorrow I will do, however, a video over Tare, because there are some great comments of Tare. It's something that we want to talk, of course. There are some worrying comments about Furlani, and also some news on TG Renders that we will see if eventually he's gonna leave. But only time will tell. Let me know, guys, what do you think about Massimiliano Allegri, if it's a good idea, if it's a bad idea. I read all the comments. Ciao. Forza Milan.